Pointing end to the game after a good fight back by your side. What did you make of that contest?
Yeah, Tommy, look, we obviously disappointed not to get a result out of it, but being honest about it, over the course of the hour, we probably didn't do enough. I thought the first quarter was very, very good. We carved out a lot of opportunities, but our efficiency probably left us down a small bit in that area throughout the first quarter, and in the second quarter I just thought that our work rate, our energy kind of dropped off a bit, which kind of gave them a platform to build on, and we left ourselves 5 points at half time, which we done well to dig it back, but look, we didn't see it through today, but today is done now. We just have to learn from it. We move forward now to this day week. Welcome Clare, another big test, and it's everything is still to play for.
Yeah, I suppose obviously you want to get a result here today, but what it does is it really focuses the mind now for next week, because it's do or die now next week for both sides really. So if this week didn't focus them, next week should focus everyone in the group, and you're still alive and kicking into championship.
100%, and everything is still in our own hands, which is great. Home game against Clare, which in effect is a Munster quarter final now. Winners will go through to a Munster semi final, and losers, that'll be that. So look, just we're happy that we have it in our own hands, and it's just about regrouping now, working on a few small little bits, and try and carry that through to next week and put in a performance next week against Clare.
Yeah, you got a good impact again off the bench, a bit like blowing Waterford, and that third quarter as a group as a whole, you really turned the screw and really got on top of Cork. So I suppose again a positive there. But obviously the result didn't come in the end, but you really chipped away at Cork there in that period.
Yeah, look, it's very much a collective effort. It's 15 players won't win anything this day and age, but we've a big group. They push each other massively at training and stuff, and there'll be lads that are very, very disappointed not to be in the starting 15, and other lads who are very disappointed not to be on the match day squad, but when we go back to training now, that'll all surface again, and lads will have an opportunity, but we have the utmost faith in the whole group, so we know that when we bring lads in off the bench, we will get a kick off it. But look, unfortunately today just came up a small bit short.
Evan, just on that, what will you be looking to improve on now for this Clare game?
Yeah, look, there's a few bits and pieces there. As I said, our second quarter, I thought our energy levels and our work rate really dipped. We'll have a look at that and why that happened. I thought that we were struggling to get on the front break, especially breaking ball in around the middle third there, which is something that we normally pride ourselves on. So an efficiency then as well. As I said, look, we created a lot of opportunities in the first half, but our efficiency let us down. Now look, it's easier to correct the efficiency side of things than it is trying to get the shots off, so we have a week. It's not a massive amount of time, but we'll be able to zone in a couple of little bits and pieces and see if we can get a bit of a bounce in that for next week.
Did you think at the end you might have did enough to salvage a draw there?
Look, you always think that we had opportunities. Maybe just a small little bit more composure at times. When we were getting the ball in early, I thought we were causing them all sorts of issues, and we probably slowed it down a small bit in the middle third. But look, and to be fair to Cork, they had their opportunities, and the difference in today was that they took them, and we've to swallow that now. And